My beloved child, before we go any further, I want you to stop what you're doing and listen closely. This moment right here is not random. It is not a coincidence. It is not something you stumbled upon accidentally. This message found you because heaven sent it. Your name was spoken in the halls of divine authority, and this word has been crafted for your spirit to hear. I am Archangel Michael, and I come to you now with a message wrapped in love but carried by urgency. There is a trembling in the atmosphere of your life, and I know you have felt it. The small silences that grew into distance. The way their words no longer feel the same. The shift in their energy that you try to explain away. But you cannot, because this is not just emotional drift. This is prophetic preparation. Someone you love is beginning to step away from your life. Not because they stopped caring. Not because of a fight. But because the divine order is pulling them out of your story. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Type Amen. If your spirit is already recognizing what I am saying, this message may bring tears. That is all right. Let them fall. Your tears are sacred. They speak the truth your voice has not yet admitted. You know something is changing. You know the bond is fraying. You've blamed yourself. You've asked what you did wrong. You've replayed moments, words, gestures. You've searched their face for reassurance, but heaven has already shifted the path beneath your feet. Comment, I feel the shift. If your soul has known this long before this moment, you are not wrong for loving them deeply. You are not weak for hoping they would stay. You are not naive for believing in what you once shared. What you felt was real. But the season is closing. And now heaven is sending you the strength to let go before the silence becomes unbearable. Archangel Michael says, this is not a warning of death. This is a whisper of departure. They are not leaving your world. They are leaving your walk. Not every departure is physical. Some are Sullivan realignments. You will still see their face. You may still hear their voice. But the alignment of your spirits is being severed. You are ascending into a space they cannot enter. Not because you are better, but because your assignments are no longer aligned. You have outgrown the version of yourself that once needed their presence to feel safe. Type 444 if you are ready for divine protection during this transition. Beloved one, I have watched. You hold on to someone who has already spiritually released you. They do not show it in loud ways, but they have begun the quiet process of detaching. Their prayers no longer include you. Their visions no longer include your name. And heaven will not allow you to remain bound where you are no longer seen. You were not created to shrink yourself for the comfort of someone else's silence. Heaven has been trying to reach you. Through dreams, through intuition, through that tightening in your chest when they walk away mid-sentence, through the ache that follows the way they used to ask how you were, but now only mention themselves. You are not imagining it. You are awakening to it. Comment, I see the truth. If this resonates with what you felt, but were afraid to say aloud, Archangel Michael stands beside you now, with wings stretched wide, shielding you from the storm that you didn't know was coming. You kept hoping they would turn back, that they would see your worth, that they would fight for you the way you fought for them. But they have already chosen. And now heaven is asking you to choose as well. Will you stay in what is fading, or will you step into what is forming? The separation you are sensing is not sabotage. It is sanctification. There is something greater being birthed, and you cannot carry it while dragging a soul who is no longer walking in step with you. Their absence will make room for your alignment. Type, I release the old. If you are ready to walk forward in faith. My child, I see you. I know the ache you carry. I have watched you pray over your pillow, asking heaven to fix what felt broken. But what if heaven is not repairing this connection? Because heaven is the one unraveling it. Not to punish, not to protect. You think you need them, But heaven sees how their energy has begun to cloud your calling, how their hesitation slows your momentum, how their fear drips into your purpose like poison. You asked for a miracle, but you didn't know it would come as a goodbye. The person who once held your hand in support is now pulling away in silence. Their spirit is already on a different path. Their heart is already closed to your direction. They are no longer your partner in destiny. Comment: I trust heaven if you are choosing obedience over emotional comfort. This is not the end of love in your life. It is the pruning before the bloom. This loss is holy, and in time you will see that what is leaving is creating room for what was always meant to find you. But first, you must stop holding on to a version of them that no longer exists. Archangel Michael says, the more you grip what is slipping, the more pain you will feel. You are not being abandoned. You are being rerouted. And the divine path ahead of you is too narrow to carry baggage that was never yours. Heaven is asking for your surrender. Type 555. If you're ready for new beginnings and divine alignment, your next chapter begins with release, not because they were evil, not because they were fake, but because their role in your story has been fulfilled. You do not need to chase them to prove your value. You do not need to beg for their love to feel worthy. You were loved by heaven long before they entered your life, and you will still be loved after they exit. Comment: I am still loved. If you need that reminder in your soul today, beloved one, I know this feels like heartbreak. I know it feels like loss. But listen carefully. This is the moment your miracle begins. This is the space where heaven breathes into your future, where your soul finds wings and your spirit begins to rise. In Part 2, I will reveal why this separation was not only necessary, but prophetic, and why someone in heaven has been interceding for this goodbye to come, so your true breakthrough could finally arrive. Stay with me. Heaven is not finished speaking. Your release is your realignment. My beloved child, now that your heart has opened enough to receive what was whispered in Part 1, I can finally show you what heaven has longed to reveal. This is not just a message. This is a spiritual unveiling. What you thought was breaking you apart is actually putting you back together. What you saw as abandonment is a redirection ordered by divine hands. Archangel Michael says, let me make this clear. You are not being left behind. You are being led forward. And not everyone can walk where you are going. You have begged heaven to restore what felt lost. You have asked again and again, can we go back to the way things were? But heaven's answer, though quiet, has been constant. No, beloved, because what was is no longer what is. Type, I accept this truth. If your heart is ready to walk forward, even with trembling steps, there is power in release. There is glory in surrender. And this chapter of your life is not a punishment. It is a pivot. The person you love, the one you've clung to, the one you've prayed over, they were never meant to carry your entire destiny. They were a part of your becoming, not the fullness of it. Their purpose was never permanent. Their role was always temporary. But your soul, craving comfort, tried to make them eternal. Comment, I let go with peace. If your spirit understands the sacredness of this transition. My child, the angels have heard every tear-soaked prayer. They have watched you replay memories in your mind, hoping to find the moment it all changed. But heaven does not operate in replays. Heaven moves through revelation. And here is yours. The relationship is shifting because your soul has grown. And some connections cannot stretch to fit who you are becoming. Archangel Michael says, when heaven calls you higher, not everyone answers the invitation. That silence you feel from them is not an accident. It is a boundary set by the Spirit. World, it is divine mercy pulling you out of a bond that would only hold you back if you forced it to stay. You are not losing love. You are making room for alignment. Type, I trust the realignment. If you feel this in your chest, do you remember the moment it changed? The moment you looked at them and felt the cold? The day their words felt like noise instead of comfort? That wasn't confusion. That was clarity. That was heaven waking you up gently. Because the sudden goodbyes are often the most merciful ones. But not this time. This time the goodbye comes slowly, like fog in the morning, like autumn in the leaves. You saw it before you admitted it. You felt it before you named it. And now it stands before you, waiting to be received. Archangel Michael says, I am not here to tear you down. I am here to hold you steady while the false attachments fall away. Comment, I am still standing if you felt like breaking. Under the weight of what you could not control. My beloved, let me say this with tenderness. You are not weak because you loved fully. You are not a failure because someone couldn't stay. Heaven does not measure your worth by their presence. It measures your obedience in the midst of absence. There is a soul in the heavenly realm, someone who loved you deeply while they were here. They see you now. They are praying over you. Their spirit has been pressing into this moment, asking me to bring you this word, because they know how much you gave. They know how hard you fought. And they also know it is time to stop bleeding for what will never heal. Type, I release what hurts. If you feel the tug of this confirmation, you will not fall apart, even when they walk away, even when their absence echoes louder than their voice ever did, even when the silence is so loud it shakes your confidence, because I, Archangel Michael, will not let you fall. I will stand between you and the weight that tries to crush your heart. Heaven is sending reinforcements now. New strength, new clarity, new vision. But you must close the door with grace. You must not chase. You must not explain. Let them go quietly. Let them go with honor. Let them go knowing you chose obedience over attachment. Comment, I choose obedience. If you are surrendering your grip on what was, beloved one, this is the season where hidden motives are being revealed. The masks are falling, and the hearts that once beat in rhythm with yours are no longer moving to the same divine melody. You may not understand why, but heaven is not asking you to understand. Heaven is asking you to trust, because when your destiny requires separation, the most painful thing you can do is try to delay it. This is not about them being bad. This is about you being called. Archangel Michael says, I know the story you told yourself, that they would always be there, that this love was unshakable. But now I must show you the truth behind the comfort. They were not your home. They were a hallway, and you must keep walking. Type, I will keep walking. If your spirit is awakening to the new direction. My child, I see how much you've given. I see how you've waited for their eyes to light up, the way they used to. I see how you've prayed they would notice the distance and reach back, but they will not, because heaven already rewrote the chapter, and their name is not on the next page. Let that sink in. Let it hurt, and then let it heal. You are not being erased. You are being rewritten. Comment, I am not forgotten. If you need to feel that truth sink deep into your soul. In part 3, I will show you how this heartbreak will become your breakthrough. Why the pain is not the end of your story, but the soil where your next miracle is already growing. Do not scroll past. Heaven is still speaking. You are not losing love. You are gaining yourself. My beloved child, I know you are still holding on to pieces of what was. You are standing in the hallway between a love that is fading and a future that has not yet been revealed. This is where the ache settles. This is where the doubt whispers. This is where you ask, why now? Archangel Michael says, the pain you feel is not a punishment. It is a preparation. You may not see it yet, but what feels like heartbreak now will one day be known as the turning point. Not because they came back, but because you came back to yourself. the you that heaven designed, the you that heaven has been calling home. Comment. I am returning to myself if your soul is waking up to this truth. Beloved, it was never about them. It was never about how much they stayed or how long they tried. It was always about how deeply you loved and how bravely you let go when your spirit said it was time. You have always been willing to fight for love. But this time, heaven is asking you to surrender for it. Surrender the illusion that you must earn love to be worthy. Surrender the story that if you let go, it means you failed. Surrender the belief that staying means strength. Type, I surrender with faith. If you are ready to let heaven lead, you are not made to hold broken pieces together just to feel safe. You were created to move in wholeness, to love in freedom, to grow in sacred space. This season, the pieces are falling apart because the false version of connection can no longer contain your destiny. Archangel Michael says, the goodbye you fear is the gate I will use to send you your breakthrough. Yes, the pain is real. I will not deny that. I see the nights you stare at your phone, the moments you try not to say too much, hoping your silence will be safer than your truth. I know you shrink your voice so they don't pull further away. I know how much you gave, how much you hoped, how much you prayed, but heaven never called you to beg for a place in a heart that no longer beats in rhythm with your own. Type 444 if you are ready to walk into your freedom. They do not hate you. They are not your enemy. They are simply no longer your assignment. Their exit is not a betrayal of your worth. It is the fulfillment of a cycle. Heaven is honoring the love that was real while preparing you for the love that is next. Will not be alone. You will not be left behind. What leaves your life is not greater than what heaven is sending. But first, you must grieve. You must allow yourself to mourn not just their presence, but the version of yourself that clung to them for safety. Comment. I release who I was, if you are ready to grow beyond the pain. Beloved child, you have walked with grace through storms that others never even noticed. You smiled while breaking. You encouraged others while you were bleeding. But I, Archangel Michael, saw it all. And I did not forget. And I did not remain silent. That is why I am here, not to explain their choices, but to confirm yours. You are choosing to stay faithful. You are choosing to stay soft. You are choosing to stay open. Even while letting go. Heaven calls that holy. Type, I am still soft if you have refused to let heartbreak harden your heart. There is something coming, child. Something so pure it will make the silence worth it. Something so divine it will heal what they never could. But it cannot come until you stop asking them to return. This moment is sacred. This heartbreak is holy. Do not rush to fix it. Do not rush to numb it. Let the ache teach you what peace never could. Archangel Michael says, the pain has a purpose, and I will not waste one tear you have cried. Do you remember that dream? The one that felt too vivid to be imagination? The one that woke you up in the middle of the night? That was not a dream. That was a spiritual download. That was heaven showing you a glimpse of who you will become when this ends. Comment, I saw the vision. If your dreams have begun to speak louder than your fears, your future is calling, child. But it cannot find you while you remain buried under the ruins of what was. Your miracle has been waiting for you to unclench your hands, to stop holding on so tightly to what no longer responds to your touch. Let it go with grace. Let it go with reverence. Let it go knowing heaven never subtracts without planning a divine addition. Type 555 if you believe in what heaven is preparing. Beloved, 1. Someone in heaven is rejoicing already because they see the courage in you. They see the shift. They know the freedom is near. Their spirit surrounds you now, not with pressure, but with peace. They are whispering over you. Not, hold on, but you've done enough. Not, try harder, but you can rest now. Comment, I receive peace if you are ready to. Lay down what has worn you out. There is a chapter ahead that will not require explanation. There is a relationship forming that will not require fixing. There is a purpose unfolding that will not ask you to bleed just to prove you're alive. You are being called into effortless alignment, but the price of admission is release. Archangel Michael says, if you want to receive what I have prepared, you must walk away from what keeps your hands full and your heart empty. This is not abandonment. This is reintroduction to yourself, to your worth, to the voice of heaven that has always been whispering, even when you couldn't hear it through the noise of trying. To be loved by the wrong hearts. Type, I remember who I am, if your identity is being restored. In part 4, I will show you how heaven has already begun orchestrating the people, places, and opportunities that are destined for your healing, and why letting go now will open a door you've been knocking on for years. You are almost there. Heaven is not finished speaking. Your deliverance is near. My beloved child, as you stand in the space between what was and what will be, I know thee. Questions rise. You wonder what happens after the goodbye. You wonder what fills the emptiness. You wonder if joy will ever feel real again. Listen carefully now, because heaven is answering through me. Archangel Michael says, before they ever left your side, heaven had already chosen what would come next. You are not being left in a void. You are being placed in alignment. Every tear you have shed is being gathered. Every moment you stood silently, holding your own heart together, is being recorded in the books of heaven. You were not abandoned. You were appointed for a different path. And that path has already been prepared. Comment, my path is opening. If you believe heaven is working behind the scenes for your good, beloved, the person who is stepping away is not doing so in hatred. This is not rejection. This is release. They are being redirected. And so are you. Not because you failed, because you fulfilled the role you played in their story, the space you filled, the light you gave. It served a sacred purpose, and that purpose has been completed. Archangel Michael says, some souls enter your life to wake you up, others to walk beside you, and a few to break your heart open wide enough for heaven to enter. This heartbreak is not here to close you off. It is here to open you up. Type, I remain open. If you are choosing vulnerability over fear, you are not standing still. You are being repositioned. Right now, even as you listen, heaven is orchestrating encounters, whispers, moments that will begin to rebuild you, but not with replicas of the past. No, this time it will be different. This time, what is coming will match your growth. This time, the love that finds you will not ask you to shrink. Comment, I'm ready for alignment if your spirit feels this truth. Beloved one, I know there is still a part of you that hopes they will return, that they will wake up and remember what you built together, that they will see you and realize what they've left behind. But heaven is not preparing their return. Heaven is preparing your restoration. And the more you hold space for what no longer fits, the more you delay what has already been released. For you, Archangel Michael says, release is not rejection. It is recreation. Type 444 to claim your divine protection during this sacred reordering. You may not see the purpose in this yet, but soon the signs will come. Someone will speak words that your heart needed to hear. A door you thought was closed will open without effort. Peace you can't explain will settle in places once filled with anxiety. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Comment, I receive confirmation. If you have been waiting for heavenly reassurance, you are not being punished. You are being pruned. And the fruit of your next season will carry the flavor of what you survived in silence. The way you kept showing up, the way you chose compassion over bitterness, the way you loved. Even when you felt unloved, not all of it matters. All of it has meaning, and none of it will be wasted. Archangel Michael says, there are blessings that only bloom in broken ground. And beloved, your heart has been tilled. It is ready. Type 555 if you believe a new beginning is near. Let them go without resentment. Let them go without a performance. Let them go without needing them to understand why you finally chose yourself. You are not responsible for the lessons they refuse to learn. You are not required to wait while they circle their own confusion. You are allowed to rise. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to be happy without them. Comment. I am allowed if you needed permission your soul already carried. In the next part, I will reveal what heaven is planting in the empty place they are leaving behind. It will not look like what you lost. It will not come through the same door, but it will feel like home. And you will know it by the way your spirit settles when it arrives. Heaven has not overlooked your pain. Your restoration is already unfolding. Stay with me. Beloved, your miracle is on its way. My beloved child, I see your silence. I see the way. You carry questions no one else can answer. But heaven is not confused. Heaven has not been silent. Heaven has already stepped into the space they are about to leave. Archangel Michael says, before their absence could settle, I had already filled it with divine instruction. You are not being left in a desert. You are being planted in sacred ground. You may not feel it yet, but something is already growing beneath the surface. The ache you feel is not emptiness. It is expansion. Type, I am expanding if your heart is stretching towards something new. Beloved, the love you gave them was real. The effort you poured into the bond was holy. But heaven will never allow you to remain tethered to what stunts your growth. Their exit is not a loss. It is a loosening. It is the removal of a lid you didn't know was capping your capacity. Let them go. Let them leave without guilt. Let them choose another path without questioning your worth. Comment. I am still worthy if their leaving made you doubt who you are. You are not being asked to stop loving. You are being asked to love differently. To love yourself enough not to chase. To love your future enough to protect it from delay. To love the next season enough to stop dragging the last one behind. You, Archangel Michael says, what is leaving could never carry what is coming. And what's coming is heavier with glory than anything you've ever touched. Type 444 to protect what heaven is now releasing into your hands. The promise is not changed. The prophecy over your life still stands. Their departure did not cancel your destiny. It revealed it. Soon, something small will shift. A message, a gesture, a whisper in your spirit. Pay attention. It is not a coincidence. It is a signal. The new season is approaching. And this time, you will not miss it. Comment. I will not miss it if your spirit is staying alert. You are not left behind. You are being positioned. You are not losing everything. You are gaining what was always meant to arrive. Archangel Michael says, the ending you fear is the answer you prayed for. In part 6, I will show you how to stand in this goodbye without collapsing. I will reveal what has been orchestrated in your favor since the moment they began to drift. Stay with me. The next moment is the one you've been waiting for. My beloved child, now that the silence has settled and the parting has begun, I need you to listen more closely than ever before. This final message is not an ending. It is a threshold. The moment you cross from holding on to being held by heaven. Archangel Michael says, this is not the final chapter. This is the rewrite. And this time, your name is being spoken in rooms of restoration. The person who walked away will not return the same, and you will not wait the same. What once felt like loss is becoming space for the divine to enter. What once felt like silence is becoming a sacred room where miracles are being born. Aim, if your heart still believes in what you cannot yet see. Beloved, I know the ache lingers. I know the memories flood in waves. I know the what-ifs chase your thoughts like shadows across your heart. But I am here to tell you you are not the same person who begged to be chosen. You are no longer the one who waited to be understood. You are the one who heard heaven and obeyed. Comment, I obeyed the call if you didn't need closure to find your next step. You walked away without shouting. You released without blaming. You cried but didn't curse. And because of that, heaven has recorded your surrender. And with it comes release. The chains that once tied your heart to someone else's indecision have broken. The prison of pleasing is dissolving. You are walking free. Archangel Michael says, I will send replacements not for people, but for purpose. What you lost in familiarity, you will gain in fulfillment. Type 444 to seal this moment in divine protection. Soon you will feel it. A lightness in your chest, a shift in your mornings, a return of vision. Not because everything outside of you changed, but because everything within you aligned. Heaven is not delayed. You are not behind. Your pain has not canceled your promise. If anything, your pain carved a deeper place for glory to live. Comment, I am still promised. If your faith remains alive beneath your grief. Beloved, this is your moment of divine recovery. The version of you that stayed loyal through silence, that stayed kind through rejection, that stayed soft through sorrow. That version is rising, not to be praised, but to be placed. You will be placed in rooms where peace greets you before people do, where love requires no proof, where your name is not questioned but honored. Because you passed the test, Archangel Michael says, the test was never about them. It was always about you. And you passed. Not by being perfect, but by staying present. Not by fixing the other, but by choosing yourself without shame. Type 555 to step into your new beginning. Now breathe, my child. Let it go. All of it. The unspoken goodbyes. The unanswered questions. The lingering guilt. The secret ache. Let heaven fill the space where they used to stand. Let angels guard the new door opening in your spirit. Let peace return like rain after drought. Your miracle is here. You are not losing. You are being made new. In stillness. You will find clarity. In silence. You will hear truth. In surrender. You will witness resurrection. Comment, I am ready if your soul is no longer afraid of what's next. Heaven is not finished with you. Heaven is just beginning. This is not the end of your story. This is the part where everything starts to make sense. Stay faithful. Beloved one, your miracle is no longer far. It is here. My beloved child. Before you take your next step, pause for a moment longer. There is one final truth heaven wants to place in your heart. Archangel Michael says, you've held the door open with trembling hands, praying they might return. But now, heaven asks to gently close what you are never meant to keep open alone. This is not weakness. This is surrender. And surrender is strength in its highest form. You've done enough. You've loved with integrity. You've stayed longer than most would have. You've prayed even when your own voice cracked. But the door must close now, not to trap you, but to free you. Type, I trust the closing, if you are ready to let heaven finish what you are too faithful to end. Beloved, what is coming requires both hands. You cannot hold your miracle while clinging to memories that weigh you down. Let heaven close it. Let the latch click shut with peace. What once felt like an ending will echo later as the greatest kindness ever shown to your future. Archangel Michael says, I will not let you miss what was always meant for you. Comment, I release the weight. If you feel the relief already beginning, this is your moment. The door has closed, and now the heavens are wide open, my beloved child. Let me leave you with one last truth. Archangel Michael says, emptiness is not the end. It is the space heaven needs to pour something greater into your life. You have wept. You have waited. You have whispered, what now? Now, beloved, you rest. Now, you breathe without bracing. Now, you open your hands, not to lose, but to receive. Type, I am ready to receive if your heart is finally open. The person who left, the chapter that closed, the silence that followed. None of it was wasted. Heaven used it all to return you to yourself. You are not alone in the quiet. You are not forsaken in the stillness. I, Archangel Michael, remain beside you. And the ones who prayed for your healing, the ones watching from heaven, they rejoice, not because you've lost, but because you've lost, but because you've been found. Comment, I am found. If your soul is returning home, let peace fill the place where pain once lived. Let heaven finish what it has started. You are safe now. You are whole. And your story is still unfolding.